Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nathan Ramachandra from the NR Hour Sports Show. This is episode 1050. We are live on all podcast platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and fans. Everybody knows about the Spreaker app. You guys can tune in there. Obviously, ask questions if needed. And we are live with today. We are live with a special guest. His name is Troy Banks. He's a current infielder for Trenton Thunder of the MLB Draft League. We had the opportunity to cover him and his teammates this year in person with Jersey Sporting News, and so I got to watch some of his talent. And Troy Banks is a heck of a player. Obviously, you can see it as an infielder, and he went to Mercyhurst University for college baseball. So we'll get into all of that, his journey, his career so far, and how he got the opportunity to be with Trent Thunder and everything else and what he's working on this off season. So fans, please tune in. This is gonna be a special one. We finally made it happen. So Troy Banks, welcome to the show. How are you and your family doing today?
Good, man. Just want to say thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It's been we've been going back and forth trying to get a time to get on this interview, but we figured it out. So getting on, first of all, Trenton Thunder was one of the best experiences I've ever had. The fans, the park, the energy, everything, the team, the guys. It was an incredible experience. So I went to Mercyhurst University, and that was one of three schools that I went to. I actually am a junior college guy. So I started off, and I always wanted to play for LSU, actually. So I went down to Baton Rouge for my first year of college, and I got a scholarship to go down there. So made it easy. Went, played. I didn't really like it down there. I'm kind of a northern guy. Like, it was a lot different. All the southern boys, this and that. So I came back up, and I actually went to my home college, which is Niagara County Community College by the Falls.
Yeah.
That went really well. I ended up getting a full scholarship to Mercyhurst University, which is a powerhouse D2 organization. And I always really wanted to go D1, as everybody kind of does. But when you get older, you start to learn that you got to go where you're going to play and be desired. So I had to think about that for a long time, and I ended up choosing Mercyhurst. It's kind of relatively close to where I live, about an hour and a half away. And it went great. It absolutely went great. I got all conference this year. I really had a breakout season with over 300 batting average, 11 home runs, and I got asked to play in the draft league. And I really wanted to play for Trenton before I got signed to a team. And then they called me. They're like, "Yeah, you're going to Trenton." I was like, "Yes!"
Wow.
You know.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah. So speaking of that, obviously you're infielder, second baseman, third baseman, and you when I saw you play in person with Trent Thunder, you remind me of Dustin Pedroia, the way you go about the game, pesky hitter and work at bats, and also another player, which you remind me of Jose Altuve.
yeah.
So what do you say those are like the two type of players that you try to watch, or who other infielders you try to watch while working on your craft?
Absolutely, I get those comparisons a lot. Dustin Pedroia, especially growing up, that was the one guy that everybody compared me to. I really like the way Alex Bregman plays. He's always in the spotlight, first of all, because he plays in the Astros, and whether you like him or not, they're always there.
Yeah.
You know, they're always deep in the playoffs or in the World Series. And for him to be able to, because I actually met Alex Bregman,
Oh, nice.
and he's probably an inch taller than me, and I couldn't believe it. And just watching him play third base, where usually those are the bigger guys. Those are you know what I mean? Your corner infielders, those are usually your big guys, but Bregman plays third, and I just like how confident he is, and anybody can use that confidence in their game.
Wow. Yeah. So tell our fans, what is it like playing for Mercyhurst College? Obviously, being close to home and so having your friends and family travel down there to see you play. And what was it like? What did that mean to you just to be close to home and seeing and having your friends and family in the stands for you?
Yeah, so they only come later in the season because the first half of the season is an absolute tundra. It is like we play in 25-degree weather.
Well,
I'm talking, so it's a northeast school, and it's right on Lake Erie, so there's a lot
yeah.
of lake effect snow, it's called. and the snow comes right in. The wind blows the snow off the lake, and February, March, April, those months, we are literally plowing the snow off our field and then playing our conference games.
Hmm.
So it's very gritty, I would say. But when it gets nice out, everybody's able to come, and have had some great memories there playing playoff games and stuff. And the place is packed, and all my family's there. But it was a great experience.
Hmm. Yeah, so we are live with current Trenton Thunder infielder Troy Banks. We already have a fan question for you that just popped in on our app. One of our fans want to know. This is an interesting question, actually. Obviously, when it comes to playing sports, for me, the height doesn't matter. But this one of our fans wants to know: did you get any like criticism of your height and did a lot of people say you can't play the game of baseball? But they want to know, how did you deal with those criticisms?
Yeah, 100%, man. I definitely got a lot of criticism, but I've never been the kind of guy to worry about it. I can't change anything like that. You know what I mean? It's like your swing. You can't change your swing. You can't change the way you throw. You can't change your personality. You just got to be who you are, and if you make the most out of that, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, so tell us some of your best moments at Mercyhurst College, Mercyhurst University, and explain about the atmosphere there and the fans, especially.
So my best moment this year, because this was probably my best year there, was my senior day. It was a very nice day out. We played our rival Seton Hill. They're from around the Pittsburgh area. They came up to our place and we played them on our senior day. And I had a lot of family there. I probably had 20 people there for me.
Wow.
And I went 3 for 4 with 2 home runs and a single.
Hmm.
I had 2 home runs in one game that game, and that
Wow.
was really special.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, so what was it like for you, obviously being, excuse me, being from New York, obviously playing with Trent Thunder, and what's it like just to stay locally as a player, like instead of like traveling? But obviously you guys have to travel, but just to play locally here.
So it is pretty local for me, Northeast. You know what I mean? We have guys from California, Florida. You know what I mean? Those are guys that are not local.
Yeah.
So I've been to places like New York City, and on like off days, we would go to New York City and watch the Yanks play. And I was able to show them around. It was always pretty cool to do that. Um, but playing up in first of all, I love New Jersey. I
Yeah.
was I was super happy to get signed there, like I said, and a lot of people in the Northeast up here are the same. You know, people from Philly, where I'm from, New Jersey, like that's just they're all good people. So it was nice being around them.
Hmm. So yeah, going back, obviously you're in junior college. What did you learn in junior college, and obviously Mercyhurst and the places you've been there before going to Trent Thunder? What were some of the big key advice that you got throughout your career there, and what did you learn from each stop before going to Trent Thunder?
So if I were to be able to talk to a kid that's looking for a school and is a pretty good player, I would tell him because I was this guy and I had to learn because I coming from Buffalo, there's only a few guys that are going to get drafted or go and playing high level D1. I was a really good player in Buffalo, but when I went down south and I was like, I'm gonna go here for 2 years at Baton Rouge Community College, and then I'm gonna go to LSU, and that's gonna be how it is. I got there and I realized these dudes are throwing 95. They're hitting balls over the fence.
Yeah.
Like they're very good. There's a lot of good players. So you have to go where you're gonna play because I could have went to LSU and
Mhm.
not played. I could have went and then sat the bench. I wouldn't want to do that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna press my luck up here, go be a crucial guy in the lineup at this community college by Niagara Falls, and then hopefully sign somewhere else. And I got a few offers and stuff to play at Niagara University or whatever, walk-ons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I thought Mercyhurst was the best option for me, and it turned out working out well because I played my first year of pro ball this year. So
Hmm. Yeah, speaking of, excuse me, speaking of LSU, your former teammate obviously was in the draft, but decided to go to LSU. What was your thoughts on that?
that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. That is a great program. I'm not sure if Paul Maneri's still there. but I know that that program breeds phenomenal players. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have another fan question for you. They want to know what's your celebration when you get into the dugout when you hit a home run.
so it all comes off of our song. Like, the song is like one of those like it's kind of like a club song. So whenever we get the dugout, everybody jumps up and goes ah 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 ah. It's like that.
Wow. Yeah. So obviously, what's a bit for this year? Obviously, when you went to Trenton Thunder, what do they mean for you? For them to believe in you from day one, obviously signing you, and you really wanted to be with that team, and for them to fulfill your dream to be able to come to the team and showcase your talent and being around with great teammates, great coaching staff,
Yeah.
in the front office, and what did that mean to you when they fulfilled your dream? You wanted to be there.
Honestly, it means everything to me to be able to when I first got to the stadium and you see the history there, Jeter, Judge. I actually sat in Judge's locker, the one
Oh,
that
wow.
he sat. Yeah, so um, just to be able to go out there every day and it's your job to play baseball in front of a bunch of people who are excited to watch you. There's nothing better than that.
Hmm.
And my family being able to come and see me play their son, who they've only seen play in front of, I don't know, 200 people max before this. Now 6,000 is it's a really cool experience.
Well, yeah. So speaking of Trent Thunder, obviously, what was your what would you say your best experience was there as a Trent Thunder player, and obviously best moment, best game, and being like you mentioned the fans were there supportive throughout the whole year.
Yeah. Um, so I'll give you an exact moment, and I'll give you like a thing that I do miss is the crowd eruption. They were always into the game. They knew the game. When we did poorly, they let us know. When we did great, they also let us know. So it was worth it. But one of the craziest moments this year was when Christian Merriweather hit me in
Mhm.
for the walk off
Yeah,
when I was on first base, and I remember my legs were absolutely because we play 6 days a week,
yeah,
so you don't have time. I would try my best to like keep my legs up, and like they were just so strained. And I was on first base. I was like, if this man hits a ball in the gap, like I'm gonna have to score, and I couldn't even really walk. So he hits the ball down the third baseline, gets stuck in the fence. So he starts waving me home, and I
yeah.
didn't even think about it. I just the adrenaline rush, got home, scored, and it was a really good moment.
Yeah, we were there that day covering that game, and that was the day that I interviewed Christian Merriweather on the walk off win. After that, interviewed him.
Yeah,
I obviously asked him about the play, and
yeah,
Troy bangs with the speed he said, and running to going home and sealing the walk off. So that was a great game to cover, and
yeah.
that was awesome. And speaking of, I want to go back to when you met Alex Bregman, and obviously must have been a treat for you. And what did you learn from that day when you met him? Did he tell you anything? Did he give you any advice for your career?
So I've been an Alex Bregman fan for as soon as he got to LSU when he got freshman player of the year, like in the SEC. He was LSU's three hitter and leadoff hitter his freshman year of college. People, you never see that anymore. Like freshmen usually don't make that kind of impact in the lineup, but he was that guy. I met him on two occasions. One, I went to one of his camps. That was when I first met him, and then two, I just ran into him when we were out one night. And the first time we were talking and stuff, and he he kind of like gravitated towards me a little bit. I don't know if you saw like that. I was similar to him in like drive and size or whatever, but I learned that that man is just oozes confidence. That's really it. And anything you do, you just got to be confident as can be, and that's what he was. So I'd like to embody that a lot.
Hmm. Uh, we have another fan question for you. They want to know your what's your favorite music to listen to before a game?
Favorite music to listen to before a game. So I'm the kind of guy that likes every kind of music. I think if it's good, it's good, you know? Favorite music to listen to, I would probably say is like newer hip hop and rap.
Hmm. Who's your favorite artist?
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so going back to Trenton Thunder, obviously when we were there covering games, obviously we were in the press box, so we got to talk to Greg a lot and all the and Dave also the play by play guy and the rest of the staff. And what was it like working with the staff this year as a player, especially Greg? And he's the guy who helped us out to set up all the interviews for us in person and obviously after games or before games. I don't know if you saw the video. He actually helped me at the last game of the season. I did like a video reel with a couple players saying their best moments. But
Yeah.
so what was it like working with that front office as a player?
Man, oh man, Greg, I got nothing but good things to say about Greg and Dave. Those guys were always in the locker room, and I actually created a really good relationship with both of them. They're one and the same, I think. They're Dave Schofield is a guy that went to school in Buffalo. He went to Canisius College, and before every game, he'd be in the coach's office talking to Jeff Manto, and I would slip in there and we would talk, and we just became really close. I ended up getting his number when I left, and we still stay in touch. Greg too. Greg is a great guy.
I
He
can't
told
forget.
me a few. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, sorry. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
He told me a few videos to watch, like about Trenton and stuff. And there's like a bat dog video on YouTube that everybody needs to go watch, and it's a tearjerker. So
I can't forget about Matt. Also, Matt Hartshorn, and
yeah,
obviously he deals with you guys every day. And what was it like working with him? He's a good person. Obviously, we met him in the press
yeah,
box.
he's a really good dude. He made everything super easy. Yeah, he had a little sense of humor to him. Oh man, it was funny when you would go ask him, and he would, because he was the guy where if you hit a ball hard and they made an error, and you'd be like, "Yeah, you think I can get a hit on that?" And he'd be like, "Dude, man, go away." So that's funny.
Yeah, so for you, speaking of your manager, Jeff Manto, and obviously, what was it like seeing him get honored? When we were covering the game also when he got honored for the Trent Thunder Hall of Fame, and his family was there. Obviously his son who played with you guys. So what was it like seeing him uh, being honored and playing underneath him?
It was absolutely surreal, especially for me, being from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Jeff Manto's number is retired at the Buffalo Bison Stadium.
Oh yeah.
So I've been to countless games growing up, and I see the name Manto on the fence. And I get signed to the team this year, and one of my buddies, Josh Sherwick, texts me, and he's like, "Dude, Jeff Manto's the guy that's retired at the Bison Stadium." And I was like, "That's crazy." So when I got there and met him, we talked about it a little bit, and it was nice to shake his hand and just kind of leave the game for a second and be able to just be like, "Hey, man, that's incredible that you were able to do that."
Wow. Obviously, he's inducted into like 30 Hall of Fames, I think, if I'm not wrong. I don't know, but he
Literally, I think it's 8 actually,
808. Yeah.
which is about 30.
Yeah, so speak. What did he bring? Obviously, what did he bring to you guys as a manager to the team? Obviously, he's a great, obviously great. Was a player, used to be a player before, but what did he bring to you guys as a manager that people don't know about?
He brought a big league mentality. Jeff Manto is a former big leaguer, and if you ever meet a big league baseball player, they're just different, different in the way they do go about things. Guys like myself and the rest of the team, we're all rookies, professional rookies this year, and that's a very unique thing. This is what nobody really thinks about. Usually, rookies just get put into a team with a bunch of veterans and things like that, guys that have been there for however long. But this year was everybody's a rookie. You know what I mean? We're all trying to find our footing in this game, and Jeff Manto was able to just show us the way. And maybe at sometimes we wouldn't get it, and that's just the way it is. You live and you learn, and we're all ready for next year too. So it's gonna be great from here on out.
Yes, we have another fan question for you. They want to know, do you like to I want to know, do you like to eat before the game or after the game?
Both, man. I'm always hungry. I'm always hungry.
Our
They
fan,
have they have nice spreads for us before and after the game.
yeah, our fans are bringing the interesting questions today.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So speaking of Trent Thunder, are you did you get any obviously what have you been working on this off season, and have you been in contact with any MLB teams, or have you got any offers yet from MLB teams? If not, what are you working on for next season? Trying coming back with Trenton.
So I'm in this period in time. I'm working with a lot of younger players, doing lessons. I'm working out on my game and my craft every single day, lifting weights, doing all that. Feeling really good. I think I played really well at Trenton. I was a staple at shortstop and second base, and I feel like a lot of people learned who I was this year, and I think that is going to speak for itself. Um, I am in contact with a few teams from Frontier League and affiliate ball, so we'll see what happens if I can hopefully get onto one of those rosters, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So speaking of helping out kids, what's that been like for you? Helping training kids and helping them out in their careers, trying to become good baseball players like you. And what's that been like just helping out the youth?
That's been really good. It's been really eye opening. I actually kind of have a little bit of a knack for being able to assist young kids in the game, things like that, even in life. Like I just have been through a lot in my 24 years of life, and I feel like I can help somebody with their situations and things like that. So when young kids come and they ask me for advice on hitting and stuff like that, I love talking to them about those kind of things.
Yeah. So what would you like to say to all the haters and doubters throughout your career, and that you're proving them wrong right now with the play? Obviously, you're a heck of a baseball player. And what would you like to say to all the haters and doubters who doubted you?
Oh man, I would tell them I always knew that this is what I was gonna do. There was a lot of haters and doubters, man, but that just makes it all worth it.
Did you get an opportunity? Speaking of, obviously, did you get an opportunity to pitch in your career throughout your career?
Yeah, I actually used to be a pitcher back in high school,
Oh
and
wow!
I was throwing gas too, but not anymore, not anymore.
Did you ever think of maybe being a Shohei Ohtani type of player?
I don't know how he does that. Um, I couldn't. First of all, pitchers and position guys are just different humans. If you ever talk to a pitcher, they're just like locked in on their numbers and they're locked in on their heavy balls and doing all that stuff. But you talk to an infielder, it's kind of just like, yeah, man, like so. No, I never considered that.
Hmm. We have another fan question for you. Do they want to know if you connected with any Yankees players throughout your career, and if so, who did you connect with?
Two actually. When I went down to Florida for an off season one year, and I connected with Mason Williams. I don't know if you ever heard of Mason
Yeah.
Williams, but
Mhm.
he his first ever major league hit was a home run at Camden Yards, and I got the fortune to hit with him. And then also at the same time, I got the hit. Actually, there's more than two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So and then there was also a young man in Double A at the time. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
His name was Diego Castillo,
Mhm.
and he is now the shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
And I think this was his first year playing for the Pittsburgh, but that went well for
Oh.
him. Yeah, he had a really good season. And then oh, there's another guy. There's another guy that I can't think of right now, but I'll have to text you, let you know. But he was a lefty for the Yankees.
Oh.
Oh man,
Um.
he I
It was a John.
no, I'm it's bothering me now actually, but I'll have to find that out for you. I haven't thought about that in a long time.
How many years back?
It starts. He has an S in his name. I think it's he. There's a video of him hitting a home run at Tropicana, and he's like dapping up A-Rod. I have to figure that out.
Brett Garner.
No, similar guy though. Similar guy.
Oh, Ellsbury.
No, I actually wore Ellsbury's pants though at Trenton.
Oh wow. Uh, damn. Uh, man,
I
that.
don't know. I'll have to figure that out.
All right.
And I know as soon as I get off this interview, I'm gonna text it to you and be like, "Dang,
Yeah. So speaking of,
I got it, I got it, I got it." Slade Heathcock,
oh, St. Heathcock. Yeah.
Slade Heathcock, man, that was bothering me.
we we had him on the show also.
Did you really?
Mhm.
Yeah, I hit with him a while back, and he was. I remember he had his newborn. It was a newborn running around in Orlando, Florida, and I was just like, man, that's Slade Heathcock. He's just hitting
Wow.
with me, right? That was us four. That was the hitting group.
Hmm.
Mason Williams, Diego Castillo, and Slade Heathcock.
Wow. Yeah, that's yeah, we had him on the show also, and he's doing great things now. I'll send you the interview with him so you can check that
Yeah,
out too.
please do.
And
Please do. I'm happy.
I'll send this to him too.
Yeah, it was in Orlando, Florida. And I think it was, it might have been 5 years ago, man. I
Hmm.
was a freshman in college.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why.
Hmm. Yeah, so speaking of Trenton Thunder, let our fans know what was your favorite uniform to wear this season?
That's funny you asked that. Favorite uniform. I'm gonna have to say the funky uniforms, man. To get we were we were in a bit of losing a losing streak, and everybody's like, you know what? Let's just strap together a crazy uniform. I'm pretty sure we wore the yellow undershirt, the a striped top, striped bottom, and then we wore the pink socks.
Wow.
And I was in my locker. I was like, "There's no way we're gonna do this, right? Like, we got thousands of people coming to watch us. And we did it, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, we did win. We won. That might have been the walk off.
Hmm. Oh wait, the Christian Mariota one?
Yeah,
Oh, I gotta look back now.
no, it was. It
What?
was. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was. That was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, so so speaking of obviously your teammates, and you guys had a record of like 8 players getting drafted this year, and obviously Jojo Rodriguez got his opportunity with the Mets. And what was it like seeing your teammates after spending time with them there, and then now getting to their goals, and hopefully pretty soon get to the majors? And obviously I also interviewed Andrew Cassetti and Cole Patton that they were
Yeah.
there. So what was it
Yep.
like seeing them get drafted and the 8 other players like Nate Ochoa, Gus
Yep.
Sosa? Hmm.
That's always cool to see, man. I mean, these guys are just gifted with talent. I was able to be Jojo Rodriguez's roommate while he was at Trenton when we would go on away trips, and Jojo was a cool kid, man. He would make me laugh every single day. So and even in during the game, I remember one time we were playing a day game and I turned a double play for him that he didn't think I'd be able to get to or whatever. And he looked at me, he's like, "That's how you do it." And I was like, "Yep." And he ended up getting signed like next game. So
Yeah, so and also speaking of Joe Rodriguez, there's that video I saw on that Trent Thunder posted with Jeff Pinto. You guys were in the clubhouse, and that's when the day when Jojo Rodriguez got the opportunity to go to the Mets. And what was that
yeah.
like? That video when that video was put out, and then Jeff Pinto explaining the whole deal there.
So we were all warming up pregame, and every, Sean Chacon came down and he said, "Jeff wants to see everybody in the locker room." So we're all like, "What's going on? Like, if somebody getting released, like whatever?" Because you're always worried about that.
Yeah.
And then he starts talking about like how the commissioner wants a certain pitching staff because this and this and like whatever, and he doesn't say JoJo's name. JoJo's I see whatever, and he's like, so Saturday we're gonna start Capiano, Sunday we're gonna start yada yada, and then Monday JoJo, you're gonna start in Florida against the Saint Port Lucie Mets. So it was crazy
Well,
that to see that happen in person and just to see his face. He's like looking at him. He's like, "You're lying, right?" No.
so we'll take one more fan question. They want to know who you picking in the World Series. Are you picking? They want to know if you're picking the Astros since you met Bregman or.
Oh, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. So I look at it like this. I know that the Astros got caught cheating and stuff, and I don't know. I don't know who was all doing that or whatever. I don't. If it's 100% true, then yeah, that's not cool. But none of that's happening right now. So I do want to see a Philly championship. Philly's been blessed these past few years, Eagles, and I think that if we gave them the Phillies, I think Bryce Harper deserves one.
Yeah, Bryce Harper. Yep.
I mean, that man has been in the spotlight since he was what 16 years old. He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Like you can't even write that up. So I think that he deserves one this year. Go Phillies.
Yeah. So the last two things here, before we let you go, our team is part of this foundation. It's called the Hugh Jackson Foundation. He's a former NFL coach. He's now coaching at coaching at Grambling State University, and we're trying to help him prevent human trafficking, making sure the community stays safe, and the kids stay safe. So we'll send you the foundation so you can check it
Yeah,
out.
please do.
And the last thing here, would you like to say anything to all the nurses, doctors, and all the essential workers right now?
Thank you for everything you do. I mean, you are the toughest people in society. Being able to go in there every day and help out the world and help out people in need, and that's what we need more of in this world. So thank you.
Yeah, well said. And Troy Banks, I'll let you close it out here. Tell our fans where they can find you on social media and where they can follow you.
Instagram is at underscore Troy Banks, all lowercase underscore. And I gotta get a Twitter. I actually got rid of my Twitter during the season. I didn't want any
We have to
distractions.
get your
So
Twitter back. Come on, Troy. We gotta get your Twitter
I'm
back.
I think I'm gonna get it. If I get my Twitter back, it's gonna be probably the same thing. Underscore Troy Banks underscore.
Yeah, so there you have it, man. Troy Banks, current Trenton Thunder infielder. Go follow him on Instagram. He's working hard and he's working helping out the kids. And man, I'm hoping you get your opportunity, hopefully in the majors pretty soon.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward. Obviously, we'll be back covering you guys next year with Trenton Thunder. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again at Trenton Thunder. But I want you to get that opportunity to get to the next level because you're a
Yep.
heck of a player, and like I said, we've seen it firsthand. And you work hard, you play hard, and you're a pesky player. And just keep up the great work, man. And thank you for joining the show. And this was awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.